This is Monday, week 15. We start off with Maddie and Pete is learning about monkeys that lives in the Amazon rainforest. So we'll start with Maddie and Pete is learning. Maddie and Pete are learning. Reason why is whenever we have two subjects, we have to go with the subject verb, which is are. If it's just Maddie or Pete, then it would be is. But since we have both of them together, it's are learning. Learning is spelled wrong. It's Learning. So that's how it should look. Monkeys is not IES. Monkeys would be EYS. Okay, so let me go ahead and change that. Okay, so Maddie and Pete are learning about monkeys. And then we have this comma here. We don't actually need that comma. Whenever we have a phrase that starts with that, after we introduce our subject or introduce our sentence, we don't need to have a comma there. So they're learning about monkeys that live, not lives, that live in the Amazon rainforest. Now, the Amazon rainforest is an actual place, and so that's going to get capitalized. The Amazon part, rainforest, you don't need capitalized, but Amazon, since that's the name of the forest, would be capitalized. Now, number two, we have there are tamarins, marmosets, and capuchins in those parts of Brazil. First thing to notice is that there are. Okay, they had that kind of a mess. The way that should look is there are. You wouldn't have the they are. That wouldn't make any sense. And it's not they, it's there. So that's why we say that. There are tamarins, comma, marmosets, comma, and capuchins in those parts of Brazil. The last thing we need to do is capitalize Brazil. Number three, I believe they were looking for the antecedent. Okay, and so antecedents are what the pronoun refers to. Nice thing about this one, you already have their underlined, so you know what pronoun they're talking about. Nathaniel and John went to the Natural History Museum with their class, and so your antecedent then is going to be Nathaniel and John. If I can figure out how to tap my computer right here, I'll go ahead and highlight it. There we go. So Nathaniel and John went to the Natural History Museum with their class. Number four was asking what type of sentence. Please don't leave your dirty dishes in the sink. Hopefully you understood that you understood is your subject. Since you understood is your subject, it's giving a command, making it an imperative sentence. Number five, a strong, bitterly cold wind blew across the prairie. And I need to go back here in my book. I believe we were looking for adjectives. Let me find my Monday, week 15. All right, and I had that way messed up. We were looking for circle the simple subject and underline the complete subject. So we want to start with our complete subject. A strong, bitterly cold wind blew across the prairie. You notice I fixed my spelling mistake here on prairie too. Our complete subject then would be a strong, bitterly cold wind. And that told us to underline that complete subject. So I'll go ahead and underline that. And then I wanted to find the simple subject. So the strong, bitterly cold winds, the big thing, and then simply the subject itself, what blew across the prairie in the simplest form would be the wind blew across the prairie. And so we would go ahead and we would circle wind. And I have wind circled. And so that is how we would do number five. And that is all for Monday, week 15.